kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. So he said, concerning the works of men, I've taken hold of God's word so that I don't walk the same direction that they walk. Men are generally inclined to destruction, and that's really true in a lot of aspects. We attempt to build and build and build on the things that we find valuable in our life, and then allow the things that really are the most valuable to fall to pieces. You know, we can build our careers. Careers last for a short time, especially concerning eternity. They're important. I understand that. But we build on, you know, am I gaining something? Am I popular? Do I have as many likes as I want? Are we, you know, am I cool with the crowd? And we build upon the things that really are shallow and empty in a lot of aspects. And we take the paths that end up destroying the things that are the most important, such as our relationship with God. Out of a list of the most important things that you could ever do in this life, the single most important thing you could ever do or be is right with God. Have a walk with God, know God, be in church, be active, be faithful to the Lord, believe Him, encourage others, strengthen others, share your testimony with other people. Being a Christian is the single most important thing you could ever do. Because this life, you get 80, 85 years, 90 to 100 if you got some good genetics going on. But outside of that, you've got a very short life compared to eternity. And our relationship with God is what tips our eternity in the right direction. And so, but then as far as other things go, there's other things that are very, very important, such as marriage. Marriage is looked down on today. It's not upheld as a high standard. There's a million other things that come before it in a lot of aspects. And it's something that God established from the very beginning. First, God established Adam in the garden, a beautiful place. He established worship, fellowship with Him, and then He gave Adam a companion, a wife, and that was a blessing, and then children. And a family structure is a very, very important thing, and yet it's torn apart so easily by the things that really are not that important in this life. Small disagreements that mount and mount and mount until people are so bitter at each other they can't get along anymore. And so David said, I'm going to follow the path that your word has laid out for me. God gives us a lot of guidance, a lot of instruction in His word. And really, for the most part, we're walking blind. The Bible tells us that God's word is a lamp to our feet, a light to our path, because we're really walking blind. We don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what the future holds. There's things that you might be doing today that you've never done before in your life, and you're going at it completely blind. If you're a little kid, you're starting school for the very first day, you're going into it kind of blind. You've never done this before. If you're graduating high school and starting on a workforce, and tomorrow's your first day of work, this is the first time you've ever done it. You've never gone this way before. If you found a lady you want to marry, or a man that's asked you to marry him, and you're entering into a new life, family, marriage, independence, from home and so on, it's a brand new life. If you have a 5-year-old, that's probably the first, if it's your first one, it's your first time you've walked down a path of how to raise a 5-year-old. And most of our life we go into blind. But when we look at God's word and we're willing to follow the paths that God has laid out, the instruction, the guidance, that we will not be destroying the things that God's trying to build up in our life. We're prone to destroy the good things. And so David said, just lead me down the paths of that your lips, your word has laid out. I'll follow them. You'll keep me from sliding. You'll keep me from destroying my life, destroying my endeavors, destroying what's going on, the most important things. And as I walk your path, though it's not a well-trodden path, it's the path of life, and you'll keep my foot from sliding. Follow God, follow God's word. You've never gone this way before. Tomorrow's a brand new day. Today really is a brand new day that you've never experienced before. It's great to be able to have the wisdom and instruction of God to guide us in our life. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. We'll be back at you tomorrow with Psalm 17, part 3.